Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Loftman with another Foundations lesson today. And today, our I can statement, let me move it up so you can see it. This is our I can statement. It says, I can read and spell CVC words, and I can spell trick words. And today, during our lesson, we are going to talk about what trick words are. But before we start that, let's do our sound card practice. Just go ahead and do it with me. We have A, apple, A, B, bat, B, C, cat, K, D, dog, D, E, ed, E, F, fun, F, G, game, G, H, hat, H, I, itch, I, J, jug, J, K, kite, K, L, lamp, O, M, man, N, nut, N, O, octopus, A, P, pan, P, Q, queen, Qu, R, rat, S, snake, S, T, top, T, U, up, V, van, V, W, wind, W, X, fox, X, Y, yellow, Y, and Z, zebra, Z. Nice job, boys and girls. And now for our vowel practice, we're going to practice stretching out our vowel sounds. So we're going to say A, apple, A, E, ed, E, I, itch, I, O, octopus, ah, and U, up, Nice job. All right, so this week we have been practicing tapping out CVC words, consonant, vowel, consonant. So we're going to start today by practicing tapping out some of these words. So the first one has an M-A-T. So we're going to practice tapping out those words. So we have at. Do that with me, boys and girls. At. And what does that spell? Yes, it spells mat. Good job. Now we're going to tap out the next one, C-A-T. We're going to tap out the sounds. Ready? K, at. Try that again. K, at. And what does that spell? Cat. Good job. Now we're going to tap out the word C-U-T. So we have k, t, cut. Good job. And the next one is C-U-P. So let's tap it out. K, p, cup. And the next one is C-A-P. The vowel changed. All right, ready? K, a, p. And what does that say? K, a, p. Says cap. If you said cap, you got it right. Good job. All right, so Mrs. Slater talked about how sentences are written. And always at the beginning of the sentence, we have a capital letter, and that is why you see a nice tall space here, because your first letter in the sentence is going to be a capital letter. So we have our first letter with a capital letter, and then at the end of your sentence is a period if it's a telling sentence and it just tells you something. So this sentence is going to be a telling sentence. We can see that because it has a period. This sentence has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words in it. We're going to practice reading this sentence. So here are the words in our sentence. And I'm noticing something. I'm noticing that most of the words in this sentence are CVC words. This word has a consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, consonant, and consonant. So these words here can all be tapped out. If we don't know how to read them, we can tap them out. So there's one word in this sentence that is not a consonant vowel consonant word. Can you find the one word in this sentence that doesn't have a consonant with a vowel in the middle and a consonant? If you see it, give me a thumbs up. All right, let's see if you found it. Let's practice reading this sentence, and then we'll talk about that special word. So this first word says, Meg, that's someone's name, had the red hat. And we see a picture right there of a girl with a red hat. That must be Meg. Meg had the red hat. And we see it starts with a capital letter. There's a capital M, and it has a period at the end because it tells us something. And the one word in the sentence that is not a CVC word is, if you guessed the, you guessed it right. The is the word in the sentence that's not a CVC word. The is what we call a trick word because it cannot be sounded out. You can't tap out the word the because you don't hear all the letters in the word the. It's a trick word. They're trying to trick us. So we call that a trick word. The is just a word that you have to just memorize. You can't sound out the word the. And the is a word that I know most of you know very, very well. So Meg had the red hat. Now, if we take that sentence and we change this word the to a different word, our sentence can still make sense. We can put a different word in that spot. Let's think. Meg had something red hat. Instead of saying Meg had the red hat, we could put this word in there. Let's read it with this word. Meg had a red hat. We can put the word a. Now, when we see a all by itself, we know that a makes the a sound most of the time in words. But when we say Meg had a red hat, we don't hear a. We don't say Meg had a red hat. That doesn't make sense. So when a is all by itself like this, it's kind of tricky because it really makes the U sound, a. Meg had a red hat. That's why we call a another trick word when it's by itself because it doesn't make the sound a. It makes the sound a. So it's another trick word. Now we're going to look at another sentence and we're going to talk about a different trick word. Again, the sentence is going to start with a capital letter. That's why we have a nice tall space here. And it's going to end in a period because it's going to tell us something. It's going to be, oh, we know this sentence is going to have something to do with a cat and a dog. So let's look at the words in this sentence. I see lots of CVC words again. CVC, CVC. Here's another one. That one's not a CVC. And here's another one. Oh, and I see the word like we just talked about. So if we read this sentence, we can sound out lots of these words. Ted had a cat and a dog. Oh, our picture goes with our sentence. Ted had a cat and a dog. All right, so the other trick word that we are going to talk about is this word right here, and. And is another trick word that really we can't say d. It's hard to sound that word out. So and is going to be another trick word that we just have to memorize. So this tells us that these words are trick words because we cannot tap them out. They are trying to trick us. And the three trick words that we are practicing today are the words and the. So we are going to practice skywriting these words. Instead of me skywriting them, because I don't want it to look backwards to you, I am going to write them on a dry erase board. Now, if you have a dry erase board, why don't you write these words on your dry erase board too? If you do not have a dry erase board, then you can just write them in the sky. All right, but we are going to practice writing the word the, which most of you, I'm sure, know this one, but we are going to make them the way that we've learned to write our letters on the skyline. So T is a tall skyline letter. So we're going to start with our T, pretend there's a plain line there and we're crossing it. H is another skyline letter, so we're going to start it up on the skyline. And then when we make our E, E starts underneath the plain line, goes up to the plain line and around to the grass line, T, H, E. And then we're going to write it again. T, H, E spells the. T, H, E spells the. Go ahead and write it 3 more times on your board or 3 more times in the sky. T, H, E, T, H, E. You can fill your board with the word the, because the is the first word that we were practicing today. All right, the next word that we are going to practice is that very simple word, and it's just the letter A. Sounds like a U, but it's the letter A. Now remember, when we make an A is a plain line letter. So pretend there's a plain line here. We're going to start right, we're going to make our circle and then our line. So go ahead and make the letter A, not a capital A. We're practicing lowercase a like we would find in the middle of words, or if we were just writing the word I have a black dog. Who would like to play right now? All right, and our last trick word for today is the word and. So we're going to practice writing the word and on our board or in the sky if you do not have one, but we're going to practice writing A, N, D. Now, if you look at the way I wrote and, the A and the N, those are plain line letters, but my D is a nice tall skyline letter. So we're going to practice writing A, N, D, and. A, N, D, and. A, N, D, and. Practice writing the word and on your board or in the sky. And when you finish writing the word and, if you have your octopus book, and hopefully you do, in the back of your octopus book, there is a trick word section. Way in the back of your octopus book, there's a section that has spaces for trick words. So if you turn to the back of your octopus book and you find where the letter A words go, underneath a space that has an A in the back of your octopus book in that trick word section, I want you to write just the word an A in one of those spaces. And then in another space where you see an A, we're going to write the word and, A-N-D. Make sure you're putting those in your A section. Then in that back section of your trick words, you're going to find where we're going to write words that start with a T. And we're going to write the word the in that trick word section. You're going to write T-H-E in the back of your octopus book where your trick words go. Okay. When you're finished with that, we're going to practice on your dry erase board writing some sounds and some words. So as soon as you're done with that octopus book, if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it, but then we're going to practice doing some sounds and words. So get your dry erase board ready. I'm going to say a sound, and I want you to write that sound on your board, and we'll see if you got it. Ready? Here's your first sound. The first sound that I want you to write on your board is this sound, Z. What sound makes that? What letter makes the sound Z? Write it on your board. Z. Okay, did you make a Z? Good job, boys and girls. Z makes the Z sound. Okay, the next sound we're going to practice is this. Write down what makes this sound. Qua. Qua. What letters make the qua sound? I'll give you a hint. They are buddy letters, and they make the qua sound. Write down what you think it is. Okay, if you have QU on your board, you got it right. Make sure your Q goes down. It should be like, if you picture the bottom line, it goes down to the worm line and it goes the opposite way. Remember how we talked about it goes up towards its friend U? All right, here's your next sound. Your next sound is this, eh. What letter makes the eh sound? Write it on your board, eh. Okay, let's see what you have. Eh. Hopefully you all knew that that was E because E says eh. All right, good job. And let me try and make this a little bit bigger. Okay, erase your boards. Let's do the next one. Here's your next sound. Write down the letter that says do you have F? Hopefully you have F because that makes the F sound. All right, and here is our last one. The last letter is R. Write down the letter that says R. Okay, hopefully you have R. Good job. All right, we're going to practice spelling a couple words and then I'll show you. All right, here's your first word that I want you to write on your board. The first word is net. So let's practice that. Net. Write down what you hear when you hear net. How do you think net is spelled? Spell the word net. Let's see how you did. Okay, do you have N-E-T? N-E-T. Net. Awesome. All right, let's try another one. Let's try lap. Sit on my lap. So if we tap it out, we hear O-A-P. Lap. Write down the letters you hear when you say lap. Okay. Did you do L-A-P, lap? Awesome. All right, one more. And our last one is going to be the word zip. Zip. So I hear z-i-p, zip. Write down how you think zip is spelled. Okay, let's see if you have Z-I-P. Good job. All right, now that we've done our practice and we practiced our trick words, I'm going to show you in your Foundations book what you need to work on today. So today you are going to do the page that has, let's see, a dog with a little boy right here. And it has a story, and the story is called My Pet Dog. So the directions say, find the words from the story to match the pictures, and you're going to write the words, and you're going to read the story 3 times. So you're going to read through this story, and you're going to find the words in the story that match the pictures up here, and you're going to write those words up here. And you know what when you read the story one time, color in one of the smiley faces. Read it another time, color in another one, and read it the 3rd time and color it in. Then you're going to answer these questions down here. Is the pet a cat? You're going to color in yes or no. Is the dog black and white? You're going to color in yes or no. After you read the story, you're going to answer those. And then the last thing you need to do is you need to tap out these pictures and write the word. For example, this is dig. So you would tap out d, I, g, and you'd write the word. This is pig, and then you have a wig, and then this weird looking thing is a fig. These are all ig words. And then you're going to fill in the missing words down in the sentences. So after you do those 2 pages in your phonics packet, take pictures, send them to your teacher on Seesaw, or show your teacher if you are at school today. All right, we'll see you next time, boys and girls.